2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there. They'll feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to have a 3rd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, and go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And going right back to Walker. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Walker, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On second down, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. McCollum over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now. You look at this Niner defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. To throw on 3rd down. McCollum. He'll find his man, LaVisca Chenault. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Seahawks at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Looking to throw. McCullough. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Boye Mafe. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Running right, here's Walker. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep. Downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And now they'll audible to something else. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Flushed out right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Now with a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. McCullough. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Right side, and he finds Gray. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Gardner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 11. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, McCullough. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And that is every quarterback's worst nightmare. You had the perfect play call. The C's parted perfectly. You had your guy wide open. He could have run for days, but he overshoots him. And that's one he'll think about for the next month.
Take it at the 37. Ooh, the juke. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
46-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. This is 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCullough. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop for 20 seconds to go in the first half. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, McCollum. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point now coming from Myers.